When two of your fastest guys on offense are battling with injuries and your return man as well, how much does that change your thoughts on what you're going to put on the menu going against it, what the defense is going to give you against Minnesota?
Well, I think, whoever you have available for you definitely dictates what you want to do, whatever phase it's in. So, it can definitely alter things.
Christian, practice today?
He will be limited.
I know we like to joke sometimes about the Aaron Jones touches thing, but what's the balance between getting him the ball and also being careful because he's pretty clearly banged up?
He's a warrior, man. Just having him available each and every week just speaks to his toughness, both physically and mentally. So, I think that's something we got to balance each and every week and kind of see where he's at.
Is he coming through the other side of that, do you think? As far as getting
Hopeful.
some more reps?
We'll see.
Hey man, what do you look for when you have to make a decision on Dave? Given the unusual nature of that injury, can you tell just from practice whether he's ready to play?
I think there's a lot of things that go into that. Obviously, the film and watching him, see how he's moving around, but also, talking to the player. Because you're right. Yeah, it's not like I've had many experiences with appendectomies, so that's just something that we're going to kind of collaborate and talk through together.
To make practicing challenge? I'm assuming you don't have Dave out there for 100% left tackle snaps. Somehow you got maybe some moving parts at practice.
Yeah, but I would say on a typical week, it's not like they get every rep in practice. So you got to get other guys ready to play. And thankfully, we've gotten Zach a ton of experience at left tackle and throughout the course of the season. I think he's done an outstanding job. So we'll just kind of see how it transpires today, tomorrow, and see where we're at come kickoff.
Matt, we could sit here and say, your red zone offense isn't this, or your defense doesn't do this, but the fact that you guys have just put a streak together, how much does just a vibe and a feeling just trump all that other stuff?
Well, I think everything is so week to week in this league, and it's just about finding ways to win, ultimately. You want to be mindful of how you're doing in each and every area so you know what to look forward to improve upon. And there's a lot of things that obviously we got to do better, coaches, players, execution, all of it in specific areas. But I do think momentum is real, confidence is definitely real, and the more you win, the more confident you get, and that's just the nature of this game, and I'd say the nature of life, really, no matter what you're doing. So we know that we're going against a really confident team as well, and they find a way, and so there's obviously a very strong belief in that locker room of who we're playing, and that's why it's so important that we're going to have to play 4 quarters no matter what the scoreboard is, and just continue to fight and battle and claw, because we need max effort. We need just everybody at their best on every single play.
What does it take to finish games strong? Obviously the Vikings have done it, but I think it was 18-0 against the Bears in the fourth quarter for you guys. The Rams, you had that long drive at the end. Then last week you had the 3 picks. Pretty good drive there to finish it off. What does it take to have that finishing ability?
I think it's everybody on the same page, consistent execution. And if you can do that, then there's a pretty good chance, no matter what you're going against, that you're going to have success.
Sack totals at least suggest Preston Smith's been a lot more productive the last month or so than maybe he was at mid-season. What have you kind of noticed on tape and just how he's done the last month or so?
Yeah, I think he's done a great job, but I think sacks can kind of be misleading. It's more about your win percentage and pressure rate and all that, just impacting the quarterback. And obviously, you always want to finish with the sack, but there's a lot that goes into that. It's how well are we covering them on the back end? Is the quarterback in the pocket, out of the pocket? Can he ditch the ball? So there's so many other variables that go into that.
When you look at tape from week 1 with Jefferson, what sticks out with why he was able to have such an explosive first half
Well, we got to make sure that we don't have any breakdowns first and foremost in coverage. And there were a couple times where we were just a little hesitant on the back end, and he was able to get behind us. So you just can't have any of that. When you're going against a dynamic player like that, there can be no hesitation, because if you hesitate for 1 second, we've seen it throughout the course of the season, last season, even his rookie year. I mean, this guy is as good as it gets in this league at that position, and there's nothing he can't do. He can run any route, whether it's a short route, a deep route, a choice route, and then he's electric with the ball in his hands after the catch. I think a lot of it is just he's got an unbelievable stride extension, and typically when you get a guy that has got good speed with that stride extension, a lot of times they have a hard time, breaking down or breaking somebody off, but he can do everything.
You were the first team to have to play him under, O'Connell, and now there's been 12 different teams probably who've tried to stop him. Is there a lot more out there? Have you seen a lot of different ways people have tried to attack him, and does that help you at all in devising a plan?
Well, he's going to get his touches. I mean, I just, matter of fact, it's funny you asked that, because I was looking at his game-by-game production, and they do a great job of just moving him around. So that's why it presents some challenges, unless you just want to go lock him up and play man, which opens up a new can of worms. Every snap, it's hard to like just account for where he's going to be. So I think you got to do a great job of giving him different looks, and but you always got to be mindful of where he's at on the field.
Hey Matt, with some of the changes at receiver throughout the course here, how important has Allen been? Just kind of the stability there, and just kind of what he's given you on the various assets.
Oh, he's been huge. Just a guy that obviously has a great rapport with Aaron. You can always trust he's going to do the right thing, be where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there. And then I think the thing that gets lost a lot of times when you talk wide receiver play is just, I mean, he's an enforcer in the run game. So whether it's blocking linebackers, obviously DBs, cracking outside linebackers or DNs, this guy, he can do it all.
Will Keyshawn be back today?
He will be limited.
What has TJ Hawkinson added to this Vikings offense?
Another great weapon. I mean, he's another guy, and that's what makes this offense so challenging. Is it's not just Justin Jefferson or Delvin Cook. You got Hawkinson, Thielen. I mean, he's been doing it at a high level for a really long time. So they got multiple guys at a lot of different positions that can make you pay if they get loose on you.
Are you familiar with the term Lombardi time?
I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
With all these screens you've got around here, do you guys make meetings on time, or do you have to have discipline from time to time?
Oh no, I mean, we don't have a lot of rules, but that is one of them. We got to be on time. So are you getting mad at me for being late to the press conferences? I didn't know if that was a subtle shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yesterday was our
I blame Wallers every time. So
I was wondering if you were mad at me for missing yesterday.
no. We made a few tweaks to the schedule. We're trying to be mindful of just this time of year, how dark it gets. So it gets dark, at like 3:30 or so? Yeah. Is it dark out right now? But yeah, just be mindful of that and try to be efficient with our time to get guys in and out, get the work done. Obviously, we're never going to shortchange that, but no, if guys absolutely have to be to the meetings on time, otherwise there's consequences for that.
The days are going longer now.
That's true, yeah.
It's past December 24th.
Oh,
So you got like a
okay.
minute
Thanks,
every
Lou.
day.
Sorry, 3:31 it gets dark.
Just want to make sure you knew that.
I'm aware of that, actually.